How many times have I told you, stop accusing me of being fucking on gear? I told you I'm natty.
Bro, I'm not accusing you. You look natty.
Thank you. Wait, what do you mean I look natty?
I'm just saying, bro, you look natty.
Welcome back. Alright, we're going to take a look at Mike O'Hearn to start with. This is a guy that claims a lifetime natty. I wouldn't say he looks natty.
At 54 years old, Mike O'Hearn shatters age barriers. How does he do it? The secret lies in his holistic approach to fitness. He combines intense weight training with a balanced diet and recovery practices. It's not just about the gym, it's his lifestyle. Discipline, consistency, and a positive mindset are his tools. Mike's journey inspires us, proving age is just a number.
I don't think it's down to his holistic approach.
Are you actually on like TRT though?
What would be the point though?
I mean, because men's hormone levels dip as they get older.
No, they don't.
Not to call you old by any means, because you found the
They
fountain
don't.
of youth.
See, that's the thing. You guys go, hey, you know what? When you're 20, you're like, and then when you're 50, you're like, zero. It's like,
I'm not
hold on for a second. Hold on for a second. Mona, hold on for a second. Mona, come here. Mona, come here. Let me see your abs.
Why?
Watch this. Watch this. Let me see your abs.
They're the flex for the people.
Let me see your abs.
Oh, she's got better abs than I do, for sure.
Why? She just had a kid. She's 46 years old. Why does she have better abs than you?
And I get what he's trying to say. Like, genetics isn't the main factor. It's about consistency and hard work. I kind of agree. Like, genetics obviously plays a role when you're looking at top level bodybuilders, but anyone can stay in shape if they're consistent. But he got real defensive when talking about hormone levels.
The slayer of the infamous Liver King. Has Mike O'Hearn ever sent you an email?
No comments.
Do you think he is natural or not?
Nope. I've met people from Venice Gym that have been around there for 30 years, and they've told me stuff. These bad actors do just keep popping up, and you take one down, 20 more will show up. But the difference between Mike O'Hearn and the Liver King is that Mike O'Hearn is actually in the fitness industry. With the information I have or don't have on Mike O'Hearn, I can expose. Maybe you can.
And at least Mike O'Hearn showers.
Nope.
Now, granted, he is probably the most consistent bodybuilder on the planet. I mean, he's 54, he's never stopped. But can you maintain that mass without steroids? And he's been asked about it. Let's take a look.
If I did it, my career would have been over in the 90s, like everybody else's back then. And I can't think of anybody that's stayed consistent as long as I have, and that's solely nutrition.
Solely nutrition. Okay, so he's 54 years old. He's claiming Natty. Now let's compare him to Jay Cutler, a Mr. Olympia competitor who's 50 years old. Let's have a look.
This will be the best interview of the day.
What's the best beginner cycle?
Testosterone.
One of my favorite guys in the industry.
Everyone's confused about what is right and wrong. I think ideally, like, you know, if you're going to take anything, it would be testosterone, but you don't need a lot. And I think now everyone is on a TRT dose, which I feel like, you know, a TRT dose should be prescribed based on what your necessity is needed, not just prescribed to each other. Right. You know, that's why I think everyone needs to know what their actually levels are.
So 600 milligrams weekly isn't TRT?
No. You know better.
So Jay Cutler has always been open about his steroid use. He's around the same age as Mike O'Hearn. He's actually 4 years younger in that shot. I would say Mike O'Hearn's in better shape. And he's natty. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. I think it's quite clear. If you're looking at Jay Cutler's history of steroid use and openly admitting it, his shape he's in right now, 4 years younger than Mike O'Hearn, and seeing the shape that Mike O'Hearn's in, I think any rational person can assume he has at least taken something in the past if he's not currently taking something. But talking to one of the subscribers, they actually mentioned Rich Piana and his Synthol use. I didn't realize, I didn't actually put two and two together, seeing his ridiculously sized arms. So I did a little bit of digging, so I appreciate that.
Why did Rich Piana have massive arms, but he never flexed them? Some of you might think it was his 8-hour arm workout, but truth be told, he mainly got his massive arms without even working out. Synthol. Synthol is an oil that is injected into a muscle to make it appear bigger. And you bet Rich Piana abused this. And if you don't think he did, just have a look at this photo from his bodybuilding days in 1999. Pay close attention to the shape of his bicep. Okay, now look at this photo from 2009. Do you see it? His arms gained heaps of size, but he lost all of the definition. This is why you rarely saw him do that front double bicep pose after he injected, because it just made it super obvious he was injecting Synthol. This is also why his triceps and his forearms have that, like, deformed look to them, because it's not muscle in there, it's oil. This stuff can be harmful to your body, like just look at this guy. This was probably the dumbest trend in the fitness industry. Rich Piana passed away at just the age of 46 because he was abusing Synthol in his muscles, so stay Natty Kings.
I have used Synthol. I used it, probably 12 years ago, and I didn't like it. It blurred my muscles. It made my muscle look weird, and it was incredibly painful. And it's very hard to train. You're almost guaranteed going to have to take some painkillers while you train because it's so painful. So the whole theory of Synthol is you inject it in, it stretches the fascia tissue out, and therefore allows the muscle to grow at a faster rate. So that's the excuse of, I'm not cheating. I'm not using cosmetic enhancements. I'm doing this because it's going to make my muscles grow faster. But that's all false. It doesn't do that. And a lot of people, what they don't understand is that when you're injecting oil in your muscle, that oil is blocking the blood flow and the oxygen flow to the muscles. So your muscles are fed and they need to breathe, they need nutrients brought to them, and you're blocking those cells from getting what they need. So those muscle cells will eventually die off.
I honestly had no idea. So thanks to Jeff Rose and Benjamin in the comment section for making me realize this. I appreciate it. But sometimes it's pretty obvious, like this. This stuff blows my mind. It's clearly just a mental health thing. Guys, please stay away from this stuff.
306! 307! 308! 309! 310! Oh! È domenica! Ma che mi interessa a me? Se mia moglie che mi aspetta! Devo fare l'ultima serie! Vada!
Now, another person in the comments, Ash Chaya, if I'm not saying that wrong, told me about one of these Synthol guys in an MMA fight, so I had to find the footage.
Organic versus inorganic.
I don't know how they let them fight. His arms could burst if he's not careful. Honestly, these guys need to be locked up.
Apri sto cancello!
Aspetta, se non si apre!
Ti ho detto apri sto cancello!
So guys, please let me know if I've missed anything with any of these fake natties or the Synthol use, because as I'm delving in, I've realized how prevalent it is in bodybuilding. The Synthol is crazy to me. Thank you guys. We'll be back on Friday. Have a good week.
Before I fall to the system, I'm gonna try and do good with my gifting and pray to the Lord for some wisdom. Pray. Hopefully someone will listen. Amen.